Easy. Okay guys, about a month ago I made a video talking about critical race theory in American schools. I will link that video in the description box below if you haven't seen it already, because it is the prequel to what I'm about to say here. So in Virginia, where all this was going on, there has been a race, an election for governor in that state. And it's just been won by a guy called Glenn Youngkin, a Republican. And Virginia is pretty much a deep blue state. Republicans don't have much chance of winning there. And this guy started from virtually nothing, with very little chance of winning. And because the Democrats were treating parents like shit, they were calling them racists, domestic terrorists, and all that sort of stuff if they were angry about the way that their kids were being taught in schools. And of course they were voicing their opinions at these school board meetings, and they were showing that they weren't happy. But the Democrats had basically gaslighted them, just saying, no, critical race theory doesn't exist, it's all in your heads. We'll report you to the FBI and get you listed as domestic terrorists, and that's the way they've been handling it. And of course parents now have gradually come out and decided to vote for this guy called Glenn Youngkin, who has won the race, basically from nothing, who ran a very positive campaign. It didn't even include Donald Trump, but you got the guy from the Democrats, McAuliffe, who were calling him Trumpism reborn and all that sort of stuff. But he won completely on his own, did Glenn Youngkin, and got something like about 52% of the vote, something like that. And you think that it's not such a big deal, but let me tell you guys, it is a big deal, because you can tell by the way that the left, the mainstream media, are in complete meltdown mode. You've got some guy from a mainstream media station who said, and I quote, he called Glenn Youngkin the Delta variant of Trumpism. Same disease, spreads faster. What a nasty thing to say that is. You've got various people at CNN seemingly obsessed with dog whistles all of a sudden. And then you get the Democrat guy who running the campaign that thought that he could win by calling Glenn Youngkin a white supremacist. And he thought they could win by bringing the big guns in, that if he brought in Joe Biden to talk for him and Barack Obama to talk for him and Kamala Harris to talk for him, you think that he could help to win. But Youngkin did it all on his own. And when the Democrats realised they were losing, let me tell you what they did, right? They got a group of their staffers to stand in front of a Glenn Youngkin campaign bus, all dressed up as white supremacists, and had the photograph taken, and then said, oh look, these are all Youngkin supporters. It turned out that it didn't take much digging for that lie to be exposed for what it was. And then you say that the guy, McAuliffe, is saying that Trump then Youngkin held a rally with Trump, which was a total lie, he never did. But what's even better here is that the deputy governor has been won by a Republican black woman who's a former Marine. And let me tell you guys that there is nothing, absolutely nothing, that angers the left more than a black person winning an election on a right-wing, populist, Republican ticket and actually winning the race. That really gets under their skin. And you can tell that the way they're having an absolute meltdown. In fact, it's a bit like the governor's race in California recently, that where a black man as a Republican lost, although that's California, we're never going to win in California really. It's so far liberal and so far gone to shit is that state. But when he was doing quite well, they said that he was the black face of white supremacy. And let me tell you, if somebody on the right said something like that, they will be absolutely destroyed. It'll be the end of their careers for saying something like that. So this is a very good win, guys, and it shows that it's an absolute out-and-out rejection of Joe Biden's agenda. Because Joe Biden is tanking in the polls right now, and this is a reflection of that. In 2022 midterm elections, this could see Republicans doing very well indeed. So congratulations, Glenn Youngkin, you did a great job. Thanks for watching, till next time, easy.